Welcome to a new video from Give Me More Squeeze. I just wanted to make a quick update on BBIG and what's actually going on with this stock. I initially posted a video over the weekend because it did have a really decent run on Friday, and then on Monday it did have sort of a continuation of that movement, and then for today still continuing the trend here. Definitely did have a significant dip during pre-market, going all the way. I think it was around 690 at the open. In the previous days I didn't have any position, but for today was the first time I decided to take a position right around here. I think I was in like the 680, 650 average. It did have a dip, but I did continue to hold because I've seen that it's being oversold here, and the expectation was that I was at least going to break even, which ended up happening. After that, I've seen like decent volume coming in. I was looking at sentiment in general on StockTwits, Twitter, Discord's servers, or the other places. A lot of people were really hyped out today about BBIG in general, and volume did end up picking at maybe the last quarter of the session with a lot of buy-in volumes, and I'm going to go over that in a while. So we did end up the day with around 15%. Had a bit of a dip in the after hours from 8:58 to like 8, but that's pretty normal. Looking at the next thing I want to show you guys is the orders. Like I said, the orders were really good here. I did take some screenshots just to show you guys on different price points. That's something you want to see, that people show up and buy the dip that's happening. Like here, this guy getting filled for 102,000 shares, really big money here. 44,000, 33,000, 14,000. All of these are buy-in orders. And then you see that one was in the 790s, that one 795 again, 107. You get 46 at 8, 46,000, 37,000, 17,000, 12,000. Like a lot of shares being bought up, and that's something you want to see in a play like this. You want to have a lot of buy pressure to force some of the shorts to start covering or margin calls to happen, and that's something I really like today. So looking forward, I want to go over the Ortex data that we have here. So short interest change plus 21%, and that's really huge here. But to be honest with you, I was expecting that they would double down on the position, specifically when the stock ran up on Friday and sometime on Monday till when it reached like 10. That was an expectation that a lot of people would start taking new positions as a short position because they expect that the stock is gonna go down. But as long as people and retail are picking up and buying on BBIG, I think that they are going to have a huge problem if this continues to increase. Again, the utilization went way down to 14%, but that does make sense, and I'm going to tell you why now. So this data right here is usually delayed by 2 days. So the increase of the 21% was probably on Monday, and the 99% I showed you guys on yesterday's video was probably on Friday. So it does make sense that the drop that happened here, they took it and ended up shorting it on Monday, which made that difference right here. But again, like in general, you're talking about like 34% of the free float, and that's based on 85% of the exchange data that gets reported to Ortex. So there's definitely way more shares out there that are being shorted in different ways, you know how, and so that's something to definitely look for. Day by day, I see that this is developing more into a similar situation to the different short squeezes that we've seen throughout the year. So again, I want to show you the volume was really good today. around 181 million, which is really, really good. So continuous volume, that's something you want to see in a play like this. You want to see that there is continuous money coming in, buy orders coming in, and a lot of volume happening on the stock. Because a stock like this, if it doesn't have enough momentum, they can really short it down all the way. So again, ending up 15%, really good. Another third day in a row in the green, which is amazing. Looking from here, I think the main resistance we've seen is probably the 820, and we broke that in the after hours, reaching around 845, and then we dropped back again. So I think the main resistance we want to look for is to break that 820 with a clean break to the 845 as well, continuing probably to the 9, and then starting the market, even if we dip and start taking that 850 as support, would be really good. Because like what happened here when this dropped here, we started picking up this as support. Like look at all that sell pressure. That candle just shows you there was a lot of sell pressure wanting this to drop here, but it ended up being a support and picked up back. Same thing from here. This was like the sell, this ended up the support. So as long as we're making higher lows day by day, this is going to increase the squeeze potential on these guys. The other thing I wanted to show you, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, I was looking more in the flow and unusual whales. So I did leave a referral link. I believe they do have a Labor Day sale. It's one of the great tools that you can use for your advantage as a retail trader to get an idea of sentiment of how big money are actually making their moves. So I wanted to show you the sentiment in general on BBIG. A lot of calls were being bought, and that's something that shows you that big money is interested in this making a move to the upside. Again, I discussed this on I think the video over the weekend, that they would open new strikes, which they ended up doing on Tuesday. The $20 calls, my humble opinion, try to avoid these because they won't move as much, and specifically for September 17th, it's something you don't want to hold for sure, because theta is gonna burn you really hard. So a lot of stuff to watch on here. As you can see here, you got 77% calls, really, really bullish. So really great money coming in, looking that this would go up. And again, I want to go over the alert section, show you how it looks like. So you get here, you get the alerts. Usually it tells you where it's coming from and so on. But I want to focus on two alerts that came in right before the market was closing. So you see that one for a $6 put, and that came in at 12.54, and like seconds after, you got that one for $12 as a call. That was a put for $6. That was a call for $12. At that moment, I was like, is it going down or is it going up? Looking at the amount that was paid on these, it's really big money. But the way I made my conviction was looking at the amount of calls that came in. Like, look at these for 400,000, 234,000, 98,000, 158, and so on and so on. So throughout the day, I was kind of convinced that, okay, the money's coming in more in calls. Even though this is a big amount to pay on puts, almost 200 grand, but at the end of the day, the money that came in into calls are way more and way surpassing to that came into puts. And to be honest with you, this guy ended up making a lot. If I think because it closed from 8:14, it did close around 8:58. So within these 6 minutes, he could have closed his positions. And I wouldn't blame him, to be honest, because this probably did move from 205 to a higher premium. So definitely something to look out, a very useful tool. And that was the coverage I had today. Please feel free to subscribe and smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. And I'll be doing another video for sure for BBIG and continuously updating what's happening day by day. And again, I'm planning on doing a video dedicated to unusual whales and how I personally use it and what kind of how you can set up your alerts and what to look for and what to avoid and so on to make that extra money and have a better conviction about your decision. So hope you guys like that one. Feel free again to subscribe, leave any comments or suggestions, or if you'd like me to discuss any other tickers. And I would for sure make the effort to make that video out there. And I hope you guys enjoyed that one.